Yes.
Don't concentrate on the finger or you will miss all that heavenly glory.
So let's just say that I make my own simulation.
GOAD podcast. GOAD podcast. We are recording.
Yes, we are.
We are live.
We are live
on Facebook.
Yes. But whoever downloads on any type of podcast, you're going to listen to it maybe a little later.
You got to get it all. But if you want it early, you can always just tune in on the Facebook thing and then download it later. Share it with a friend.
Share it with a friend.
Share it with it. We're talking about all kinds of deep philosophical things on this podcast. That's where what we're known for is our deep intellectual musings.
Yes, definitely.
I'm drinking the booch. For all you Christians out there, look at this. I don't want to make anybody stumble, but this is a fermented drink.
Yeah, I don't like that stuff.
This is a straight up fermented. Now I'm just trying to be, I don't have to try that hard to be dumb. So I'm just going to tell you. Kombucha.
Isn't it kombucha?
Kombucha. Cranberry apple.
Is it sweet? Or is it still that fermented
No, it's
taste?
like cherry kimchi. Like
All
if
right.
you were in Korea.
I like kimchi. I just don't like that.
Like if you were in Korea and a Korean dude just spit in your mouth after dinner, that's kombucha.
Oh, yeah. All those probiotics that you throw up.
Yeah, what comes from all the kimchi. Kimchi's good for you. So then they liquefy it. Boom, right there.
Liquefy.
And with intestines like mine, that's a rocky road. You know what I'm saying?
Especially after
You know what I'm
last
saying?
week.
Dude. Dude, you guys missed. If you didn't see it, you download it. It's hilarious. It got his stomach right away. It didn't get to my stomach until about 3 o'clock the next morning.
Right. Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
Brutal. And it burned pretty much all day the next day. The one chip challenge. We're talking about angel dust covered. No.
Angel dust covered.
It wasn't angel dust.
Wow. No, it was actual burn your face off covered Carolina Reaper.
Carolina Reaper. Dang that Reaper.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
And then my buddy Oscar, hollered Oscar, shows me that he puts Carolina Reaper pepper, spices on his eggs and stuff.
Like chili flakes?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Okay,
dude,
that's
you're
probably
crazy.
not as hot then.
Dude, you're crazy.
It's probably like cut.
It's cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not with angel dust, though.
Or vitamin B12.
Ugh.
You remember? Those are the days.
Those were the weird days.
Dude, if you want to cut your crank, you cut it with vitamin B12.
Yeah, and then it turns all black. That's nasty.
Bad memories.
Yeah. Anyways.
Anyways.
How was your day?
Dude, check this out.
How can I check it out if I wasn't there?
I sat on the freeway it took me 4 hours to get home from San Diego.
Today?
Oh, yeah.
4 hours?
I was sitting in traffic for like 2.5 of it.
Wow.
It was brutal.
That's not cool.
Yeah, it was stopped. Some guy got into a wreck
Oh, wow.
right by Camp Pendleton. Holla at the soldiers.
Soldiers?
That's going to be my rap name, Lil Soldier.
I think there might already be one.
Oh, Big Soldier then.
Oh, man.
I'm going Daddy Soldier.
Daddy Soldier.
Oh, they have to do the flapping of the lips for the bass. Mm-hmm. Oh, you heard. Dude, so, let's see. I'm trying to name names.
Whose name?
Tom Cruise?
Uh-huh.
Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Kiefer Sutherland. No, they're not in the same. But Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah. Okay. I see where you're going.
Yeah. Sutherland was in the 80s.
Yes.
Different movie.
Yes. Very different movie. Also, Blade.
Oh, yeah. Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes. You got the Snipes.
Mm-hmm. Got the snipe.
Who else? That girl from Underworld. Kate Beckinsale.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called Underworld. It was like Underworld
Oh, yeah,
1,
that's
2,
right.
and
That
3.
is true. Yep. What do all those people have in common?
What are they?
What?
Vampires?
They're all vampires.
They are all vampires, and I'm sure there's much more out there because there has been so many different vampire movies. Like also, what's his name? That movie From Dusk Till Dawn.
Dusk Till Dawn. Yeah,
there was a bunch of people in that movie that were vamps.
There was a bunch. I liked Lost Boys because I'm a Kiefer Sutherland, fan.
Yeah,
That was back.
I'm also the Corey's fan.
Yeah, Corey Feldman
And Corey Haim. No.
and Corey Haim.
Yeah, they were both in there.
Corey
Yeah.
Haim's dead now.
Yeah, he's been gone.
Rest in peace, Haim.
He OD'd, right?
Yeah, he OD'd.
Yeah.
First, he OD'd on fame, and then he OD'd on drugs.
Yeah. That's pretty sad.
That's usually the order.
Right.
Unless you're Robert Downey Jr. No, that's not true either. Because he OD'd on fame first, then he got really high for a long time, then he's back.
Yeah.
So,
And because of him, they have Prop 47.
you go, Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, man.
My fave.
That's crazy. So, what have you learned about vamps?
Oh, you're the folklore guy.
Not just because of what you watch on TV, but looking stuff
Well,
up.
I got stuff.
I want
right
to
here.
hear. I want to hear from you because I'm always the one who's giving all the info.
On folklore stuff. This is your baby.
Right, it is my baby, but I want you to have.
All right, so look, vampires are probably, of all the things that we talk about on a regular basis here at GOAD, vampires have got to be the most wicked,
Yes.
right? Because vampires are known for feeding off of the essence of humans. That's how they live. That's the blood. Jesus said, or God said at the beginning, he was like, hey, don't eat anything with the blood. Don't strangle animals and then eat it. Don't eat it raw. Don't eat the blood. The blood is the life.
Yeah.
And then there's vampires.
And then there's vampires, right? So what else? I want to hear.
And they're like, vampires are an interesting connection between like feeding creepy animals and zombies.
Well, even werewolves.
Because they don't kill you.
Right.
They turn you into one of them.
Turn you, right.
Which I think is the sexy part.
Okay.
I mean, like growing up when I watched vampire movies,
Uh-huh.
I mean, shoot. I'd be down for that. I was down for that.
I know, me too.
I would have run outside. Did you show me, oh my God, there's a vampire in town. I would have run right outside and been like, right there. right there. Just, let's do it.
Well, just like there's all kinds of different types of zombies. You got the fast ones, you got the slow ones, you got the ones that only eat brains, you got the other ones that eat everything and whatever. You got other ones who eat cat, dog, horse,
Yes.
And then werewolves, you got the ones that, only come out in a full moon. You got other ones that can change whenever the hell they want.
Right.
And then vampires, there's a bunch of different ones too. The one that I really hated the most was Twilight, though, because that vampire, those types of vampires, they didn't die in the sunlight. All they did was glow like a crystal.
See, that's wrong.
Which is dumb.
That's just wrong to me.
And these beings actually have their own mind. Just like a zombie doesn't have a mind of its own. It's a
that's
walking
true.
corpse.
Oh, that's true.
Right? A walking dead. And then you have the werewolf that you really can't control when you're the werewolf.
Right.
But a vampire, different types of vampires, they can lure you in. They can hypnotize you. They can make you do what they want you to do.
Right.
Just to lure you in so they can either feed off of you or turn you.
Right. And they themselves don't turn. They like go to bed during the day because they're nocturnal. Go to bed. They wake up themselves.
Right.
Like you're Josh. You happen to be a vampire.
Yeah.
You sleep during the day and you wake up at night and you go feed.
And I hang upside down or in a coffin.
Or in a coffin.
Or in a coffin, yeah.
And you're probably like, and they're all like, at least the modern ones, vampire, what is it?
Vampire Diaries?
No, the Diary of a Vampire. With
Interview with the Vampire.
Interview with a Vampire, thank you. Those guys were all sexy vampires. They're like the seductive vampire,
I mean, yeah.
Are they all kind of seductive?
Most of them,
Yeah.
but the more, like, I guess the more, they all are.
Yeah, because chicks aren't giving up the neck,
Right.
you know, for a dork.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
From some shiny, skinny dork.
Hey, I'm a vampire. You want me to turn you into one of me?
Yeah, right. That's the reason why they have that hypnotizing power.
Yeah.
Or whatever they do to lure people in, because then, they're going to be like, oh, you have sharp teeth and you want to bite my neck? No way. I'm not having any of that.
You got to have that sexy charisma, dude.
But you get like Dracula.
Yeah. Dracula.
Remember that movie, Dracula?
Yes.
I mean, come on.
Dude, but even...
That movie was crazy.
Dude, that movie, Brad Pitt interview... Look, I'm straight heteronormative, if that's the label. I'm a breeder, if you want to label it.
Right.
I'd straight let Brad Pitt in his 20s bite my neck.
I was like, whoa.
That dude made a great vampire.
Yeah, he did
So
make a
did
good
Tom
vampire.
Cruise.
So did
man.
Tom Cruise.
Sexy animals.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are very provocative. A lot of those vampire movies back in the day, yeah, they were very provocative because, I mean, what else do you do as a vampire? You could live for thousands of years,
Yeah.
and all you do is feed.
Now, what's the deal, though, when you... I'm going to ask you this because for some reason I assume you would know. What's the deal, then, if you turn a female, right? I mean, is it... You're not hitched for life or anything, right? You just...
I mean, I guess it depends on the type of vampire
She
you
turns
are.
and then you guys go your opposite ways. It's not like, a relationship to the death.
Well, most of the time like the Lost Boys, they all became vampires because of Kiefer, right?
Right?
And they stood as a group in a pack.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And usually when a new vampire gets born or whatever you want to call it, it needs the what's it called, the elder to learn the vampire ways.
Oh, I see, like a discipleship program.
Yeah, which we'll be talking about soon. And so, I mean, I guess it just depends on if, like in that movie Twilight, the girl wanted to be bit because she wanted to be a vampire, but dude didn't want to bite her because he didn't want that type of life for her. Until they had to make a deal with the Italian vampires, right? So that they'll promise to turn her because they found out that, I forgot exactly what they found out. They were hiding. I forgot. But yeah, they made a deal that they would have to bite her, or else they would just eat her, right?
Wow. I never saw Twilight, so it's just this is new to me.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Well, I mean, a chick's got a right to choose, so to speak, right? So,
but yeah, she wanted to turn, but
Right.
they didn't want to turn her until they had to, because of the Italian gangster.
right. Anytime the Italians get involved, you're at the end of the road.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, I got an Italian wife, so be careful.
I know. Look, and when she wants to put concrete shoes on you, she won't hesitate.
Some concrete shoes. What do you call them? Cement boots?
Yeah, cement boots.
Or she should be telling me that I want to be pushing up daisies.
You're gonna push
or
up daisies?
swim with the fish. Anyways, like I was saying, so they loved each other, even though he was a vampire and she was human. They still loved each other. And then once he bit, or she didn't get bit, he had to stab her with his venom to turn her because he didn't want to bite her, because then those types of vampires, they don't stop.
This is why I didn't watch the movie.
They don't stop feeding once they feed.
Oh, they just go for it.
So they just go for it, yeah. It
drain you completely.
It takes them, like, every part of their being not to kill the prey.
So it's all or none.
Yeah. But, I mean, they do. And then this family learned to eat animal blood, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy, but anyways, but they stood with each other because they loved each other.
Right.
So it just depends on the vampire. I mean, what kind of vampire? I mean, if I was a vampire, which we all have a vampire inside, we all want to suck the life out of people. We all want to turn people and disciple them in our own ways without God in the midst of the heart. But I'm not going to go out there and just turn someone into a vampire and that's all. I want to get to know the person first.
Right.
I want to know their personality. I want to know if I'm going to be able to conquer them and be alpha. I don't want to turn somebody in that's either going to turn away, man or woman, and make their own gang of vampires.
Yeah, you got to pre-qualify them.
Because
like an application process.
In that movie, Twilight, there was they call them new breeds, right?
Oh, okay.
New breeds when they first get bit, because what happens is they start eating their own blood too when they're still alive.
Oh, really?
So they're crazy. They need to drink blood because it's, and then they're also feeding on their own blood, so it makes them crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna turn somebody that's gonna cause trouble like the Italians.
Yeah, you can't turn somebody that's gonna out alpha you.
Right, exactly. And then these vampires, they all have different types of powers. Okay, one of them could read minds. The other one could block their mind from being read. The other ones could hypnotize. I mean, they all have different types of powers. One girl could just like look at you and do her thing, and then you just convulse and die.
Okay.
So like,
wow. So like X-Men meets vampires.
Exactly. And so this Italian group, I forgot what they called them then, but they were only looking for the best to turn.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But also loyal. Loyalty. So
well, that's Italian.
Yeah. So it definitely is. So I mean, it just depends on what type of vampire.
Yeah, you got to make that noodle from scratch.
Yeah.
You can't,
because if you're a vampire like the vampires in
Interview.
Not Interview. Blade.
Lost Boys?
Blade.
Blade. Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember that movie well?
Oh yeah, I love it.
One of my favorite movies. But those vampires, they were more like, they were like gangster. They didn't have any magical powers or anything. They were just vampires that like to drink blood, and also resurrect. Ancient vampires and stuff like that, like so they could have all the power in the world, or even gain the power of the world. Remember the first Blade?
Right. Yep.
They took all the pure bloods so they can drain the blood, and then they needed Blade's blood for the final, because he was a daywalker.
He's
daywalker, right? He's the daywalker.
That's why.
And so I forgot where I was going with it. Wormhole. Anyways, but then, yeah, they just want power. These vampires in Blade wanted power, and of course, it's a Marvel comic book.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
They're also making a new Blade, and they're making a Morpheus. So,
Morpheus, King of Dreams.
Not that Morpheus. And not the Morpheus from Matrix either.
No.
So, but, I mean, just different types of vampire. I mean, the original Dracula, what did he do? He just fed, right? And then he
fed.
And he did he turn? I don't really remember too much about
The
it.
original Dracula, I think, turned. Yeah, he was. And then he turned that lady.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
That's right. So, I mean, I guess it just depends on the type of vampire. If you're gonna love it, or if you're just gonna drink it until it's gone, or you're gonna try to use some sort of power that it has so you can resurrect or gain more power. Yeah, I mean,
apart from Christ, what vampire group would you be a part of?
me.
Yeah, you got Interview, Lost Boys,
Dust to Dawn.
Dust Till Dawn. You got Blade, and you got the teenage one, the one you just talked about.
Okay, yeah, definitely not that one, because
Not that one.
you know, when I see vampire, or when I hear vampire, I think of course the fangs,
Yep.
the strength, the nocturnal, what else? The blood, they drink blood, they die in the sunlight,
Right.
or they burn,
They burn.
and they have a lot of them have powers.
Okay.
So, with those different realms of vampire, I would not want to shine like a crystal in the daylight.
Nah, that seems like it would suck.
That's weak.
Yeah.
That's weak. The Blade vampires, they didn't have any powers.
No, but they're hostile.
They were hostile, but then they were trying to rule the world, I guess, in a way to where they were starting to create these other types of vampires. Remember Blade 2?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The mouth.
Oh, yeah.
And they feed on vampires.
Right.
So I wouldn't want to be those types,
That's where
because
anarchy-
you don't have all the power if you're trying to make a different species of vampire.
It's brute force.
Right. They're probably smart because they could do it, but I wouldn't want to be that.
No.
Interview with the vampires. I mean, they, just like you said, sexy.
I like that, man. I mean, look, that's...
Remember Village of the Damned?
No.
The one with, what's her name? That one actress. I forgot her name.
We can't ever remember actors' name. You know that one chick. You know the chick with the mohawk and the lazy eye?
I forgot. But would I want to be those? I don't know. No, but what was the other one? The
Lost Boys?
Lost Boys? I would love to be a Lost Boy.
Lost Boys seems to be... Because they had fun.
It had fun. They flew. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. They fly.
They fly,
Vampires are supposed to fly.
Supposed to, yeah. I would think so.
Right. And then, I mean, just... what was the other group again? It was...
That was it. I mean, that was...
Yeah, I would be the Lost Boy, because youngster, got this town that I could just, all these kids are coming to, and dude, nothing but fun and food.
I'd have to flip... I think I'd have to flip a coin. Because I really like the sophistication of Interview.
I like the punk rock
Yeah, I mean...
aspect of it.
But I do too. That's why I'm kind of like 50-50. How do I want to spend if you never died? How would you want to spend eternity? Would you want to just spend it punk rock, feeding on tourists, doing what, Kiefer and his boys were doing?
Vampires do.
Or, the Interview guys had kind of a long, sophisticated history.
Yeah. And there's different books. I think it's Lestat. Then it's Interview.
Lestat. Yeah, that's funny.
It's Lestat, and then it's Interview with the Vampire, and then it's I think it's called Village of the Damned, or Queen of the Damned. I think it's called.
Queen of the Damned.
And that's after.
That's that Kirsten Dunst book, right?
No.
This isn't Kirsten the little girl.
Yeah.
In that movie.
There's also There's also, I think, another book about her or something like that. But okay, so now that I'm thinking, the Lost Boys didn't really have any powers.
No, they're just kind of partiers.
So, and then they had feet like bat. I don't want bat feet.
That's where you draw the line.
I don't want bat feet now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
So maybe I'd rather be Blade.
Oh yeah, just kind of like a warrior
Yeah.
vampire.
Yeah.
with
a vampire
weapons and
that
mission.
hunts vampires
Yeah, on mission. You're
mission
just going
to
for
get
it.
rid of all the vamps.
Yeah, that's a hard one, huh?
Yeah, it is pretty hard because I do want to have some sort of Jedi mind trick, you know?
Yeah.
But he was dope because he was obviously in that world. They're allergic to sunlight.
Right.
They're allergic to garlic. That's another thing about vampires, garlic. They're allergic to silver.
Silver, good silver too, not that cheap stuff
Yeah,
you
not
get
the
at the
cheap
swap
stuff
meet.
that you get, at those ring places that.
No.
Yeah. So, but Blade was immune to all of that.
Yeah, right.
But he still had the thirst. And that's the reason why they made that serum so he
Right.
doesn't go out and feed.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Yeah,
Because
no,
he
hey,
has all the power. Dude got some dope moves. He's
Yeah.
got Whistler who trained him all of his life to hunt vampire.
Oh yeah.
And then you have the Night Stalkers. Remember Blade and the Night
yeah.
Stalkers? That was an actual comic book, by
comics,
the way.
yeah.
So Blade and the Night Stalkers, he has these 3 homies that are doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'll be Blade because I love that he's the Daywalker.
You go Blade. Yeah, I think I would probably still go interview.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I think I'd want the diplomatic, sophisticated life.
Yeah.
Pretty calm,
I guess.
kind of partyish. It's kind of partyish. I think I'd want to do some separate nighttime government. Like there's a day president and then there's the night president.
President?
Yeah, and I feel like Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt would have been like Lestat would have been the nighttime president.
He really was, wasn't he?
He was, yeah, for sure. But of something significant, not just some vampire colony.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
President, like an actual. You handled things during the day.
President of the blood bank?
Yeah. Like NAFTA, or no. Who are those people that dole out money when things flood? You don't know. You guys could just shout at the radio right now.
Oh, man.
It's NAFTA. No, it's not NAFTA. NAFTA is the labor thing, I think, in Mexico.
Yeah.
But it's So I think I'd go the sophisticated route because I like that whole.
Well, then you're going to die because I'm going to hunt you down, shoot you.
Why would you though?
Why wouldn't I?
Why would you?
I am the vampire hunter.
Yeah, but you're a vampire yourself.
Yeah, but I don't want to be.
That's okay. You can try.
I mean, I can try.
You can try.
But I'd rather
mind powers, and
I'd rather the serum, so I don't have to kill people.
Yeah. That's where the line gets drawn. Like for somebody who's, I don't want to drink your blood. That's against the rules.
Yeah.
It's against the book.
Well, if you remember in Blade, how Blade was created was his mom got bit as she was giving labor.
Yeah, that's right.
His mom got bit while she was giving labor, and then she became she still lived, and she became a vampire that would make more and more and more and more vampires.
Dude, Blade is some kind of he is some kind of Christ figure
Some kind, yeah.
where he comes to save the world
Yep.
from these vampires.
Exactly. That's why I love Blade.
Yeah.
I mean, but he can go crazy. I think in a few comic books, he kind of went crazy
Of course.
because I forget what happens. Whistler died or something like that, and then he had to. He didn't know how to make. He didn't make the serum.
Oh, yeah.
And so he went out to feed because he had to, or else he
Yeah.
would have died.
He would be the most intimidating, I think. I think if I ran into Lestat in an alley, we'd have a cool conversation and maybe some tea and a crumpet or two. But Blade, man, I just don't see that. You don't want to run
If you're a vampire.
You don't want to run into him.
If you're a vampire.
You probably don't want to run into him if you're not a vampire. Big
No.
black dude with a mohawk, tattoos, and two swords on his back.
Not only swords, he's got, grenades full of garlic. He's got all kinds of stuff, man.
He's got all kind. What is it with the garlic? That's why the Italian ones were so pissed. You don't want to be an Italian vampire that can't eat garlic? Dude, that would suck.
That would suck. Well, I mean, yeah, you don't want to bite someone that just ate a bunch of garlic.
No, you wouldn't really.
Yeah. Why would you? Oh, this has a garlic taste? And then you start burning from the inside out.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Like the chip was doing it.
What if you could like turn them back to regular humans if they bit you and you had garlic in your blood? Well,
that's one of the ingredients that was in the serum for Blade.
Garlic?
Garlic.
But why? Like, where did garlic and vampires? You have the original Dracula, Count Dracula. Was he allergic to garlic?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Yeah.
So it's somewhere along the line, though. They became allergic to silver, garlic. Everybody's allergic to a stake to the heart.
Crucifixes.
Yeah, crucifixes.
That's another thing.
For right purposes, though, right?
Right,
You should be
exactly.
afraid of a crucifix, son.
Yeah.
Ain't no evil coming up in here.
Well, I mean, not only that, what does it represent? It represents Christ died on the cross.
Yeah.
But when people saw that back then, what did that represent? It represented death.
Oh, yeah.
So guess what, Vamp? I got this crucifix stake that's going to go right through your heart, bruh.
Dude, I don't even think the stake to the heart thing is just stupid.
I don't think so.
Because everybody's allergic to that.
Well, I mean...
You stab me right now in my heart with anything, and I'm going to die.
Right. I mean, it doesn't have to be a wooden stake. It could be
right.
It could be anything.
Right.
Right. Just hit, but it has to be something made. It can't be like a knife.
Oh yeah,
it has to be a stake.
Fashion it with your own hands.
Yes.
There's got to be labor involved.
Right.
Got it.
Some sort of, I don't know.
Like when Jesus made the whip.
Remember? Yeah. Remember Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Oh, barely. Yeah, the movie, but not the show.
Cutting up the steak and chopping up like chairs and stuff and grabbing the steak and just stabbing. It has to be a steak. It can't be something that was already fashioned.
I get that.
I guess that's the significance about it.
What do you like about the steak thing? I mean, I can see the garlic's kind of interesting because it's a herb or whatever.
I think the garlic is because of bad breath.
Yeah, vampires have a problem with halitosis.
With halitosis.
And they're just coming in for a bite and they're like, whoa, damn.
If I remember correctly, there's like a what do you call it? An enzyme in it or something like that. You know how it garlic is really good for us? It cleans out the body.
Oh, yeah.
Well, vampires don't want their body cleaned out.
No, why would they?
Exactly.
They get to live forever.
Remember in the Lost Boys how they put the garlic in the water and they filled up the water guns?
Oh, yeah, the super soakers.
But, I mean, okay, garlic is very interesting. I think it's because of something that's in the garlic. It's not the actual garlic.
Oh, okay.
That's the reason why Whistler made that serum for Blade with the garlic in it, because they were trying to kill the vampire gene or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But a stake through the heart, like you said, anybody could die from a stake through the heart, which makes me feel like they're less of a vampire if you could just die like that. I mean, I get the silver because it has different materials in it and stuff like that.
Sure.
I guess, I mean, I could see the garlic, but a stake through the heart, you must be a weak vampire if you're going to die from a stake through the heart. Remember,
there's a heart. I mean, they have to have blood pumping through their veins, all right?
But no, because usually they're dead.
Vampires aren't dead.
Vampires are
No.
dead. Yes.
I mean, they die, but then they're infused with a different essence.
I don't believe that their hearts are beating.
You don't think their hearts are beating?
No, because they're the undead.
No, zombies are the undead.
Well, that's the Walking Dead.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I gotta.
Yeah.
Look,
read it up on it.
I gotta.
But you remember that vampire in Blade 2? It had a bone. When they dissected one of those vampires and they went to the heart, there was a bone that was over the heart. Remember that?
Yes. Oh, protective coating, like, right?
Yeah. And then they're like hardwired, right? And so the body was still alive, but the brain was dead. What?
So dumb.
What? What does it say?
Let's see. True Blood. Let's see. True Blood reveals rules of its vampire universe. Oh, that's True Blood. That's
I'm not talking about
fandom. See, you can't find any historic.
Yes, in Wikipedia. But I mean, anyways,
vampires hybrids have pulses. Gosh. You're trying to find scientific data on a non-scientific being. It's just it's so impossible.
Right, because I'm right. And Google knows I'm right too.
Google don't know anything. What do they know? Only what people
wait
put
a
in
minute.
it.
Look, Google is listening to me.
Vampire Physiology 101. Stop it. Anything that has 101 after it, that is serious.
All right.
Hello, Clarice.
Hello, Clarice.
Hello, Clarice. All right. Vampire Physiology 101 from WoodGotham.com.
Okay, I don't care about that. I care about the...
You gotta give credit where credit's due, my brother.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. We love you. Anyways, I want to hear the data.
Kindred, I guess. All right. Kindred are undead. All right, fine.
Told you undead.
You get that one. Let's see. They do not breathe, eat, sneeze, cough, get goosebumps, pee, poop, etc. Essentially, we look at a vampire as a corpse whose nerves and muscles are powered by the manipulation of blood. No longer is a heartbeat or a beating heart nourishing the body, pushing blood around to feed the muscles, nerves, bones, etc.
That's why
it is now blood. No one fully explains this in White Wolf and blah, 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 blah. All right. Sexual adaptations.
Okay, so they don't have a beating heart. That's why they drink blood.
Now, how can you be sexy and be dead, though?
You got the sexy body.
Dude, but those people were, like, intelligently sexy. You know? I'm shook.
You're shook that they don't have a heartbeat and that they're called the undead?
I'm shook that they don't have a heartbeat, pulses, like brain waves. They don't have nothing?
I'm sure they have a brain wave because they're still talking. They have these powers.
They're sexy zombies.
Right.
With fangs. And a desire to party.
Not zombies. Vampires.
I know.
You said zombies.
I know, but they're like zombies.
Oh, yeah.
Except they have intellect and an insatiable desire to throw parties.
And eat people.
And
suck their blood.
Their blood.
So.
Yeah, man. So they have a similar evangelism process as we do, though.
Something like that.
Right?
They do the pre-evangelism, which is getting to know you. Hey, what's your power?
Right. Hey, you want to go play some basketball at the gym?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Right? You want to get some coffee?
Let's go get some coffee. Let's talk about your day.
Yeah.
What happened today? Come on, tell me.
Oh, yeah.
Let's fatten them up a little bit,
sure.
Right? Get the coffee in there so their blood could circulate faster.
Not to cheapen the Christian evangelism process at all. I'm just kind of
right.
Here, right?
We're just being silly.
Don't be dumb. Right?
But, the pre-evangelism is to getting to know the person that you're going to bite. I mean, that's what I would do.
Sure.
Come on.
That's what you have to do that. Well, look, but it's because you want, like you said earlier, you want to know you're going to be spending a lot of time with this guy or this girl for, however long. You want to know that you guys are going to get along.
Right.
You want to, you don't want to bite the guy. That's why you don't ordain people prematurely.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Because you're going to have to train him and teach him. He's going to be around a lot. And if he's annoying... You just made a mistake.
Yeah, I don't want an annoying vampire.
No.
Of course, if you're going to build your own civilization, a vampire simulation, you're going to want to obviously be the alpha, and you want to find all of the most powerful, but you also want the trust and loyalty because you don't want to be overthrown by any other vampire that you have, or you don't want a vampire to go out and make his own colony. You want your own colony.
So you have to select him. Because there's always that chief one, right? The Kiefer Sutherland.
Right.
There's always that guy.
Well, I mean, he wasn't the actual chief, though. It was the
there was
it
another-
was the other guy.
That's right.
It was the boyfriend of the mom.
That's right.
But yeah,
that's
that's another
right.
thing. Usually in the vampire world, if you kill the main vampire, you save all the other vampires and they turn human.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Vampires. What?
Try finding that guy. He's hiding in plain sight.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's probably it's you.
That dude was like an attorney or something, right?
He was something like that. Yeah. You're just hiding in plain sight. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just out there. You're like,
sure.
oh, no, man, it's your boyfriend. What?
Oh man, he looked ugly too.
Yeah. But like what they're offering, like they come to you and you're hurting, right? You're probably tore up somehow, you broken childhood, whatever, and they go, hey, look, man, this is a loving environment. We can give you something, a family that loves you,
Like gangs.
and a life that lives forever.
Yeah.
That's like evangelism right there. There's parallels everywhere. Art simulating life.
Right.
It's like it's real parallels right there.
Definitely a
We
parallel.
go to somebody and we say, "Hey, we can help you remove your sin, the thing that's keeping you from life, and then you'll live forever."
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's found in the blood of Jesus Christ. It's found in the blood
Amen. of Jesus Christ. How do you figure that? I mean,
And then you do communion, which is symbolism of drinking his blood.
and eating the bread.
And then the process of sanctification, which is becoming more like him.
Yeah,
He's the Alpha.
he is the Alpha.
Well, I'll be danged.
So,
Sorry, Jesus versus Blade.
Jesus.
Jesus wins that. Jesus wins that.
So, after these past few weeks of the folklore week that we've talked about zombies, werewolves, and now vampires.
Yeah.
So, what do all of these three actually have in common?
I don't know.
So,
They're not real.
okay, that's one. But, I mean, I didn't read too much up on the history of vampire because I just wanted to talk about, the movies and stuff like that. And I really wanted you to have some information. But, so, okay, all right.
The amount of preparation that goes into some of these shows, folks.
Because they do have history to them.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the...
and you wanted me to break off the history.
Yeah,
And you
but-
break off the movies. You
Right.
should have hit me up.
It's fine.
I could have prepared for...
No, it's good. Vampires, everybody knows what a vampire does.
I thought you had written the books on vampires, so I was kind of leaning heavy on you.
No, I maybe more zombies I wrote the book for. But
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I'm more of a zombie guy. So if you get bit by one or scratched,
You can't turn if you get scratched.
werewolf,
Oh, werewolf, yeah.
yeah, and zombie. Maybe not too much of
Oh, yeah.
not too much of a vampire.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you get bit by one, you turn into one. Mm-hmm. From all of them,
Yeah.
that's a big commonality. Vamps.
Dude, vamp has flamboyant already embedded in the name.
Yeah, so a little bit about the vampires. They say I did look up a little bit in the history of vampires.
All right.
It's most likely like a bacteria that gets passed down
It keeps them alive.
and keeps them alive.
It keeps them undead alive.
Yeah, undead alive. So, yeah, if you get bit by one, you turn into one. Yeah, that's what they all have in common. And you know what? The parallels that we've gotten out of all these things. We have the zombie inside, the dead that's trying to reanimate without Christ. You got the beast, the werewolf that's inside of you that wants to destroy. And now we have that vampire in us that just wants to suck or manipulate create your civilization and have your own way of life.
Right.
And that's what we all have inside of us because it's selfish. Yeah, you watch these movies and you see different types of. You got the love story vampire. You got the crazy vampires that just want to steal. Steal, kill, and destroy.
Kleptomaniac vampires.
Yeah, kleptos, right? Kleptos.
Yeah.
Right. That's what.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then it's like, what? Dude, my mind went blank again.
You got the kleptomaniac vampires. You got the pornographic vampires.
You got all kinds of different vampires.
You got the ones
but
that lust and envy vampires.
Okay, yeah, you have all these different types of vampires, but what's the main goal of you being a vampire? Because
To live forever.
To live forever, but where?
Wherever you want.
Because
Usually in England for some reason.
when we have the Spirit of God inside of us, we live forever.
Mm-hmm.
Not in these bodies, though.
No.
If someone dies out of Christ, their soul goes somewhere else. They don't get a new body.
Well, that's... Yeah.
Do you believe they get a new body?
So that's what's interesting, right?
Yes.
Because we live forever and they die forever.
Right.
So
So-
death and life are a state of being.
So do you, we all have that vampire in us that wants that control, that wants to manipulate people, that wants to create its own civilization. I already know I said all this, but I'm trying to go back to where I was. You want, you have the ones that are, cause chaos. You got the ones that want to be in politics.
Mm-hmm.
You got the ones that want power. You want the ones that, that are smart and want to evolve.
Right.
All these things, yeah, you're going to be alive forever,
Yeah.
but in the end, it doesn't even matter because where do you want to live? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to be when you're living forever?
Yeah.
I don't want to be burning where the worm doesn't die.
And the fire doesn't
And the
go
fire
out.
doesn't quench. I want to be where more people like me are. That's
Sure.
why we got to ram that stake into our hearts so we could die to ourselves.
Yeah.
So that Jesus could remove that heart and put a new heart of flesh in there.
That's right.
Instead of a dead heart.
Mm-hmm. So we can live.
So that we can live.
And we start living here. Now.
Yes.
That's
because
the good news, right?
And
It's
that's
like-
where our evangelism comes in, because we want to be the remedy to that bacteria or whatever it is that turns them into a vampire.
Oh, yeah. We're the vaccine.
We're the vaccine.
Or Jesus is the vaccine,
Jesus
rather.
is the vaccine, and he's using us.
We're the doctor administering the vaccine.
So the same way they try to do their, find their people,
yeah.
we got to find our people.
Right. So if you're a sinner apart from Christ, Dr. Fauci's here to administer.
Don't call me that.
We're all Fauci's now.
Oh, no way. No, not that guy.
I'm doing the work of the Fauci.
We're all Jesuses.
We're all Jesuses. Kids, now that sounds weird. We're all Jesuses. But we are being conformed to that image, and that new body that we get later is a body that is built for that environment.
Yes.
This body is built for this environment.
Right.
And so transcending life is not really transcending life at all. Rather, it is living. Mm-hmm. Real life is in Christ.
Yes.
And there's nothing but death apart from him.
So we're vampire hunters.
Dude, we may be like...
Because we all have
Vampire.
that. Yeah, we all
Like-
have that. We all have the zombie. We have the beast, and we all want what's ours with power.
Dude, that is like...
We're vampire. We're. Like underworld.
We're all cleansed. We're cleansed by the blood of Christ. And we are seeking out to cleanse others with the blood of Christ.
Yes.
And And we're all striving to be conformed to that image like vampires. Yeah, look, parallels, bro.
It's crazy.
Parallels everywhere, everywhere, everywhere.
So all we need
There
is
ain't
silver
nothing new.
bullets
All right.
and wooden stakes. Because whether you're going to shoot a zombie in the head, it's going to die no matter what bullet you use. Specifically, werewolves die when you shoot them with a silver bullet.
Yeah.
Vampires are allergic to
silver.
So no matter what you're shooting at, you're going to get one. You're going to... So we need to be shooting silver bullets.
Dude, they wouldn't stand a chance in these days and this day and time. You want to see...
You know, like the silver bullet of John 3:16. The silver bullet of 2 Corinthians 5:17. Mm-hmm. The silver bullet of Galatians 2:20. Those are all of that's our ammunition against these beasts, against these zombies and vampires.
Yeah.
That's what we have. What do they have? They have diseases. They're sick.
Yeah,
they're dead. They're not living.
They're trying to kill you. Yeah.
And then once we share those silver bullets, or we load up and shoot those silver bullets, and once the beast dies and you fill them, or you talk to them about this life-saving blood of Jesus Christ that can give life.
Yeah.
Boom.
Well, the Holy Spirit is the silver bullet, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like you sit down, present the good news, the death, burial, resurrection of Jesus Christ for the forgiveness of sins, for the reconciliation to the Father, for justification, for righteousness, and you go, the Holy Spirit then comes in and goes, get it?
Yeah.
And then they go, I do get it. That totally makes sense to me.
Bam.
Duh.
Bam.
How are those maggots, Michael? That's when you know you're in the... That's right there.
Man. He did have a power then.
Yeah, he did. He had power over mind.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he made Michael think that rice was maggots.
And the noodles were worms.
Yes. Kiefer.
And then he turned into a vampire because he drank his blood.
Oh, yeah.
Michael. Remember that?
Yeah. And then the last scene, and then they vanquish the Alpha, save everybody.
Right.
Just like Jesus is going to do. Boom.
But unfortunately, just because you save one or kill one doesn't save them all.
No. But it's a good start.
It is a good start. I mean, I guess if you get rid of the Alpha, then you could become Alpha in a better way and share those good news silver bullets.
If that were possible, but I think Jesus is the only Alpha.
Yeah, I know.
All the rest of us are just beta males.
Then you're Beta.
I'm Beta. I'm
Right.
like Zeta.
Zeta. Omega.
I want to see, you know what I want to see. I don't think it's done enough. We talked about the Alien movie idea coming down where they're, instead of we're going to war, they're very helpful.
Well, that was another one that I was going to talk to you about,
Right.
so you could put on the...
We had an episode like that where we talked about the aliens being helpful.
Okay, kind of, but...
Right? I'd like to see a vampire movie where they're just super flamboyant. Like a gay vampire movie. Hey! You know what I'm saying?
No, I
Like
don't.
a musical.
And it's not even 8 o'clock yet, people.
Dude, like a musical, flamboyant gay vampire movie.
I would never go watch that.
Hugh Jackman.
He would never play that.
Hugh Jackman would be awesome at that.
I would not want to watch that.
Let's go get us some blood.
Oh, man.
Yes. That would be awesome.
So...
For more information on how to get saved, Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Fauci, don't call me that anymore.
Why not? Dr. Fauci's a champion. He works for the government. He must be real.
No, he's real, but he goes back and forth way too much.
You know, if you wear 16 masks, you'll be safer.
The other day, I wanted to put 4 masks on,
But
all over my face.
Oh, yeah.
Cover my eyes, cover my mouth.
You don't need to wear masks. It's okay. No, please wear masks. Now wear 2. Try 3 if you can.
No, I think 4 is the magic number.
Mm-hmm. I think the whole thing is I think Dr. Fauci's being paid off by big masks.
But let me tell you something right now. These masks don't save you from
your sins.
Your sins. You need Jesus for that. That's why Christians are here also, because we also have gifts of the Spirit, like teaching, loving, faith, encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
All this stuff.
Knowledge, wisdom.
We have all this stuff. Mm. And you know what? A mask isn't going to save you from the beast inside. The beast doesn't even need a mask.
You know, this is one of the best things about this podcast.
What? Don't do it.
In my opinion, one of the best things about this podcast is because if anybody who knows us, or no, doesn't know us, anybody who's watching this or listening to the podcast who doesn't know us, knows we're Christians, we're definitely not the stereotypical, right?
Right.
Like, this is a dumbass podcast sometimes. This is straight up gets crazy around here.
Yeah. True.
And it's like, I didn't know before I came to Christ in 1994, I didn't know. I thought as soon as you took that step, you had to act like everybody else.
Oh, the proper...
Yeah, like you had to wear collars and dockers and stuff. You know, that's what that. I thought they gave you those uniforms. Like,
well, the Jehovah's Witness do.
You came to Christ. You gotta get baptized, right? That's necessary. But then after baptism, they give you just like a uniform.
That's what the Mormons do.
Like the Mormons
and the Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, see, that's right. Maybe that's where I got it.
I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. I remember the first time. One of the times that I went. And they're like, oh, you need a suit. It came up to me with measuring tape and all this stuff. And the next week they had a suit for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
You need
because
a suit?
I just, I had a polo shirt.
Sure.
And, just like some khakis and stuff like that. Like you said. But then they're like, no, you need a suit. And they measured me right there on the spot.
Dude.
That's scary.
How are you going to convince people to come to a church with no future in a cult? Without a suit.
In a cult.
Without a suit.
Yeah.
That's the best. There's 144,000 people that get to be in their heaven.
No, those are wolves.
And all those seats are taken already.
Unless.
This is what I love about Jehovah's Witnesses.
Unless I'm a better Jehovah's Witness than you, and when I die, you just get kicked out and I take your place.
Congratulations. This is what I love about the guys that come to my door, right? Because they say, yeah, am I going to get to go to heaven? They're like, probably not. It seems like it's sold out, right? So you go, okay, no problem. So we're just going to hang out here on this planet. Yeah, that's cool. And we're going to do chores. All right, chores, cool. No problem. I don't got a problem with that.
Yeah.
But then I go, well, what happens if I don't join this? Because I don't want to wear a suit on a Saturday in August in the sun. I don't. Right? So let's say I don't want to be a part of it and I die. What happens? The nice thing is, dude, they're annihilationists.
Yes, they don't believe in a literal hell.
They don't believe in punishment. So you just cease to be. So I remember looking at this one dude on my doorstep and I said, so, just so I know it, understand this straight. I can do anything I want, live this life any way that I want. When I die, I just won't be conscious or exist anymore.
You're asleep. Your soul is asleep.
Yeah, right. And they go, yeah, that's right. I go, I'll take that.
Yeah, rather than hell?
Pass the blow and the hookers.
Oh, my gosh.
No, I mean, you know what I mean. You would say something like that just to be provocative to the guy that's on your doorstep going, hey, there's not really any punishment. You just kind of die and you don't exist anymore. You're then pass the blow. Let's do
I know, you
this.
cease to exist. That's what it is. Soul sleep is when you're a Jehovah's Witness and you die.
No, well, there's some like Christian. I mean, there's like some mainstream people who believe that.
No, yeah. I'm just saying. That's what they, because
is it
they
soul
don't
sleep, Jehovah's Witness?
Yeah, soul sleep is Jehovah's Witness. When you're a Jehovah's Witness and you die as a Jehovah's Witness, your soul is asleep until it wakes up and you're out of nowhere.
No, I think they're annihilationists.
But if you're not a Jehovah's Witness and you die, you just cease to exist.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Because they don't go to hell.
So I'm like, no problem.
Yeah.
So
if I'm not, that's stupid. I mean, what's the point then? If only 144,000 are going to heaven and everybody else just ceases to exist, at least the Mormons believe that if you're not going to have your own planet, you'll be a servant on somebody else's planet.
You'll be a servant.
You become an angel or whatever they believe. But for a Jehovah's Witness, if you die outside of their faith, then you're just gone.
you just stop being. No problem.
It's like if God says, "Hey, you know what? You never existed."
There's no downside.
So you see,
to that.
I mean, Thanos.
What about that?
Since he had the Mind Stone.
Speaking of Jehovah, was Thanos a JW?
Sure. Speaking of the gauntlet.
All right.
He can control reality, time.
Mm-hmm.
He had the Mind Stone, the Soul Stone, everything, right? When he snapped his fingers and snapped half of the whole universe away, why didn't he just use the Mind Stone to erase everybody that snapped away out of people's minds?
I mean, there was a lot going on at the moment. Maybe he just didn't think about it.
There wasn't. He had it all planned out already.
Oh, that's true.
I guess, in my mind, because he kept the original Avengers alive. So,
well, he didn't
have to,
well, no,
but he did.
When he snapped his fingers, he didn't get to choose who died.
Yeah, he did.
No, it was random.
I don't. Oh, yeah, it was. No, but he specifically left the original.
No, but it was a random 50% of the people died.
No, I know that.
Pop.
Right.
He didn't have a choice.
But he kept. He even says, I believe, that they kept all the original ones so the world could still have that hope.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they did.
Well, I don't know why he didn't do that.
I'm thinking is because he wanted people to remember, people that were lost. But these people, the Avengers, wanted avenging.
They wanted vengeance.
Yeah.
They found him, dude. Spoiler alert. Like, if you haven't seen it yet.
But anyways. But yeah, I mean, that's what I would have done.
Vampires, Jehovah's Witnesses, and mind wiping. Yeah, wipe their mind.
Why not? I mean, wouldn't that make more sense?
Totally would be.
So then they wouldn't have went after him.
Dude, in fact, that would have made a better movie if instead of killing half the people, he just made everybody forget everything in their life.
But that's still the
then you
problem.
Just have a whole population of people walking around with a dazed, confused look on their face.
Then everybody would die in 5 years.
Why?
Because people are still going to eat, and that's one of the reasons why he did it. It's because of resources.
That's right, resources. Thanos is very liberal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of making more of the resources, he snaps half people away.
Well, you can't make more resources. You can only eliminate the thing eating or taking the resources.
No, he had the reality stone. He could have.
I guess that's true. He could have just made more corn.
Yeah.
I mean, like he could have already creamed the corn on the cob.
Yeah. He could. Yeah, exactly.
He had that.
It grows like that.
Yeah. It grows creamed so that your old parents can eat it straight out the cob.
With a straw.
The straw if they want to. That would be, yeah, why didn't he do that?
See?
Dude, and then you know what? You know what he should get then? If I got a vote, I say get rid of hominy. You ever have hominy?
Yeah, I love pozole.
Is hominy in pozole? It's probably the only place it tastes good. Hominy. If I were Thanos, I would get rid of hominy.
No, because I'm Mexican and I love
spam.
I love spam.
Stop it!
Ooh, I love that stuff. You chop it up very fine and you fry it on the pan.
All right, I'll trade you. How about this? I'll trade you. You get to keep spam. We get rid of mayonnaise.
I can deal with that.
All right,
I can totally deal with that. I can totally deal with that.
No more mayo in my world, boys and girls. Nope. You only remember a time there was mayonnaise until Jake came along and snapped his fingers. Now it's all gone.
And you don't have any memory of it. Or do you want people to remember that there was mayonnaise
I would like
and
for
that
them.
you were the one that got rid
I
of
would
it?
like for them. I would like for them to remember, because if they get mad at me, I'd like to be able to laugh at them for caring so much about a condiment.
Well, then literally you would have to wipe their minds of the recipe.
Oh, that's not a problem.
But you
Yeah.
didn't think of that until I just did.
Well, I mean, we
Because
haven't really.
I cover everything.
You clearly do. You clearly do.
Well, not vampires today, because I wanted you to have the info.
You need to hit up a brother on expectations, because I would have totally gotten down on
Well,
some.
like
on
I always say,
scientific
expectations are premeditated resentments. So I hate you right now. No, I'm just kidding.
premeditated resentments.
Yeah.
So next time
if I'm expecting something from somebody and they don't do it, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But if you go, hey, I was planning on taking this route. Do you mind? Because on folklore stuff, I defer to you.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought you were
Yeah.
gonna actually
See?
research stuff.
Unclear expectations.
No, it's because that is the expectation.
No, it is.
I'm expecting that you're gonna do some sort of research for the podcast.
No, I do. A little bit. I mean, look, it's no surprise that some days we show up here.
Iffy.
Yeah, that's a good word for it. It's a good word for it. What are we doing next week?
I think if you want,
Here's a little preview of next
if
week.
you want, we could do the shadow governments. I think oh wait, that's the second week. Huh?
Yeah, it's the second week. This is the fourth week.
Oh, we didn't do that one. The need for significance. That was supposed to be this month,
That's the
but
first. We do those the first week of the month.
yeah.
We can push that to the first week. What's the fourth week usually? It's the Bible, right, John?
No, second week is the Bible. Okay, the 18th was okay. The third week is government.
Fourth week is
Fourth week
folklore?
is folklore. This is the fourth week.
This is the fourth week.
Yeah,
already?
because next week is the first.
Oh, it is the first. So then we're doing human stuff.
Yeah. So we
So
should
significance.
right. Yeah, the significance need for significance.
That does not sound like anybody would want to listen to that. So we'll have to give that a better. Why you so damn needy? That's what we'll call that one. Why you so damn needy? So if you're feeling needy and you're tired of being codependent and needy, tune in next week.
Tune in next week.
Until
for
then-
the needy.
Until then, subscribe, like, share, do all the stuff that we always beg you to do. Support your GOAD boys.
Goad boys.
GOAD boys out.
Goad boys. Outro.
Outro.